morning, friends. We are group 4. We are going to presentation about modulation in translation. I am a moderator and my name is Merciana Zangoyowa. Then I have 3 friends. The first is Marlen Rano, the second is Marinche Otto, and the last one is Desi Cuevano. For the first part here, I will explain about the modulation. Modulation is making translation culturally coherent. This is a technique to the modulation in translation help us to illustrate the difference between literal translation and coherent meaning translation. The idea or the meaning is the same, but the phrases that are used, the source and target language, are different. It means the source language is not a translate word for word into the target language. In another side is modulation is basically means use a phrase that is different in the source and target language to convey the same idea. For example, in Spanish, te lo dejo means literally I leave it to you, but translate much better as you can have it. So here, modulation is help to translate the gain rate of change in the point of view and change into the point. The message without altering it means a natural feeling in the reader of the target text. So for the next, my friends Marlen Rano will continue to explain it.
Okay, I will explain about modulation. Another translation technique that is really used the called modulation. Modulation basically means using the phrase that differentiates the source and target language. You convey the same idea. Dejo means literally I have it to you, but translate much better as you can have it. Obviously change the semantic and shift the point of view of the source without altering its meaning and without generation and unnatural feeling in the reader of the target text. Modulation is often used within the same language. The expression as for the answer or it is a sight to understand and not complete to enter or is not complete to understand are relevant examples of modulation. Although both have exactly the same meaning, it is a sight to understand is actually convey a sense, whereas it's not complete to understand implies a previous assumption of difficult. We are dying by asserting it is not complete to understand. This type of technique helps the reader a lot, and it makes him think that his is the exact way of saying this in their language. Modulation is defined to Gerard Hardin and Gainter Pritchard as a change in point of view that allows us to express the same noun in a different way. We can distinguish two types of modulation. The first types, record modulation, also called standard modulation, it is usually used in bilingual dictionaries. It is conventional, established, and in considered by many to be a ready-made producer. The second type, free modulation. The second type is considered to be more practical in cases where the target language reject literal translation. Okay, thank you.
There are around 11 categories or types of remodulation. Negative contrary is a procedure that relies on changing the values of the source text in translation from negative to positive, vice versa. For instance, it is difficult can be translated interference as si pas facial, or in Spanish no es facial. It should be edited in this case that these examples are all free translation and their correctness dependent on the context, yet modulation becomes compulsory when there is a lexical chip in operation. Part of the will modulation AG file eine DI easily stand for friends. There are many other procedures that can be used, but they are less frequent. There are abstract for concrete, cause for effects, space for time, ethics, impersonal, or active for passive is still the most frequent and useful procedure. An example, the letter is English. He is said to be serious. Friends on the quill is serious. All in all, modulation, a procedure of translation, occurs when there is a change perspective action accompanied with a lexical changing in the target language. Yet this procedure should better be avoided unless it is necessary for the naturalness of the translation.
Modulation is basically means using a phrase that is different in the source and target language. Modulation is often used with the summary expression as facial the enter it is to understand and no is complicated to understand. A relevant examples of modulation. Modulation is defined by Gerald Herdin and Gintia Ploquet 99 as a change in point of view that allows users to express to some phenomenon in a different can distinguish two types of modulation. Recurrent modulation or understand modulation. It is usually used in bilingual dictionary. It is conversion the ready-made procedure. Free modulation, this second types of considered to be more practiced is cases where the target language predict literal translation.
So that's all our presentation from group 4. So I hope you guys got something or learn something from our parts that about modulation. So if you have any questions, please question. Thank you and God bless you.